Hello everyone, welcome back to OptimizEvony. Today I have a pretty exciting video on how to heal without using speedups, which is super important for anyone who's a boss setter for their alliance that might be incurring wounded while you're setting some of those big bosses, and for people who are trying to save all of their speedups for all stars or challenge or or battlefields. And so last video, I talked about this auto help feature, and that is again available in uh, the Alliance monthly card. You that's the same one that allows you to get. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. That allows you to get these top 6 items, but it also now allows you to do the auto help, which again gives you alliance points. But the one kind of unintended side effect of that is that now, and I'll show you how, you're able to heal massive amounts of troop without using any speed ups. You'll still have to use your res and stuff like that, but you don't have to use speed ups anymore. And so yeah, let's get into it. I'll show you how. So the amount of troops that you put here is going to depend on how many people have enabled this auto help feature. I'm just going to do a relatively small amount for right now, 220 troops. And again, this is just for my top tier calves, which I've been using to set alliance bosses and stuff like that. But you can see I'm able to essentially auto heal immediately because a few people in my alliance have already done this auto help pack, and so I can essentially go through and heal all of this without using a single speed up. I do want to call out that this has always been possible. It's just been a little bit harder. You could always have set up, like for example, like if you have a number of accounts in an alliance, family member accounts, you can always set up a basically like a an auto clicker that just clicks, help the help button, continuously, and then you go and heal a portion. One of the things that actually made this a lot better recently is the fact that they've added this help button here. It used to be that you would heal and then you would have to come out here, or it would automatically take you out there and then you would have to go back in and do it all over again. With the fact that now you can do the healing and the help all from the same place, it really allows you to do this a lot faster. I will say the one thing that I will call out, if you're trying to automate this, there are some times where it it basically sometimes if you click too fast or the game just gets a bit confused, it can get into a scenario where it says you've already asked for help, but the auto help isn't affecting it, and so in that case, what you basically have to do is you just restart the game, and then it'll pop up that help button again. You can then use that and and keep going with the process. Obviously, 220 troops with 115,000 wounded is going to take a while. Obviously you can automate this to some extent, but the other thing is, like, if you have a lot more people in your alliance and you can that are using this feature, and you can do, like, I don't know, let's say like 2,000 at a time, like, this gets a lot faster. You'd only need to do it like 60 times or something. Um, and yeah, again, like the one nice thing is that you don't actually have to pay money for this pack to actually enable you to do it. You can just essentially set up a macro on BlueStacks or use an auto clicker on different family members, and let's say you have 10 family members in the alliance, or you come up with this time, like basically, let's say before Battlefield or something like that. That's when a lot of people need to heal. You guys can all set up your alts to be spamming the help button, and you can get that done super quickly. Um, so yeah, I hope this is useful for you guys. Uh, I personally I find it very useful. I this has allowed me, as you can see from my wounded, I've been running a bunch of B20s and B21s for my alliance because it it gives decent amounts of res, but also I've been trying to kind of farm the cards so that I can unlock some more of those Civ card buffs. And yeah, now it's a much easier uh, uh, trade-off. Obviously, yeah, you're still spending a decent amount of res and healing, but at least from where I am, I'm I'm getting more res in like a B20 than I'm taking in wounded. So it still is very worth it for me, particularly if I can do the auto healing. So yeah, that's kind of what it works out for me. But yeah, if you if you do are in an alliance that does a lot of bosses, I would consider doing having more people help out with that, or if more people buy the auto help pack, obviously that'll help, but is not necessary. It is more money for Evony. So yeah, I wanted to just call this out. As always, thanks for watching. Please do remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.